You don't deserve that bag, that car, or that wonderful spa package. And today, I'll be sharing with you why.
Welcome to the Fierce Authenticity Podcast, where we're illuminating and dismantling all of the ways supremacy culture has impacted our relationships with ourselves, with Source, and with others. Not just the overt ways, like racism, sexism, ageism, alcoholism, and all the other isms, but also the sneaky, cunning ways you wouldn't have thought of, like perfectionism, imposter syndrome, judgment, burnout, the not enoughs, and the hustle to achieve. I'm your hostess, Sharani M. Batuk, and I'm a relationship therapist, leadership development consultant, and author of the book series, Fierce Authenticity. Whether you're a returning listener or you're new here, I want to extend a very warm welcome to you and invite you to connect with me through the Fierce Authenticity newsletter community. If you're ready to rise above an inherited systematic invasion rooted in fear and lack so that you can calm and refocus those energies towards reclaiming a fiercely authentic personal relationship grounded in an abundance and love that is so radiant all your other relationships are elevated with you, then this is the space for you. I invite you to visit www.fierceauthenticity.com/connect to join me. I'm so excited that you're here. And now, let's dive in.
Welcome back to the podcast. I am so excited that you are here back with me for another episode of these really, what I hope are loving truth bombs from my heart and soul, speaking to your heart and soul, quite frankly. Though your human mind and your human ears may not enjoy what you hear here, my hope is that every time you tune into an episode of the podcast, that there is a part of your higher self, a part of your soul that awakens to some truth that is shared here. And as that part of your soul or your spirit or your higher self kind of awakens and helps you awaken, my hope is that that part of you invites you to elevate yourself and to rise into your next level of being. Your next level of being who is free from the bonds and the shackles of internalized supremacy culture's conditioning. Your next level of being who experiences authentic connection, authentic communication, authentic relationships, because you are standing in your utmost fierce authenticity. So the message I want to share with you today is the fact that you don't deserve all of those things that people say you deserve. And I'm going to share why. And I'm going to share this story with you first. I've done it. I know you've done it, where we've worked really, really hard. We have worked our butts off. For you, let's say it's getting that promotion. You worked your freaking butt off and you got that promotion. You landed it. You got it. And then you say to yourself, wow, I deserve to give myself a treat. I deserve to go get myself that bag. I deserve to go get those shoes. I deserve to go get that haircut that I needed months ago. And the reason you actually don't deserve those things is because when you put it in that context, what you're saying is that you only deserve those things because you had to work hard for them, or because you had to put forth effort. And it's as a result of your effort that you deserve to reward yourself. I'm going to say that again. When you say, I deserve that bag, or I deserve those shoes, or I deserve that thing because I accomplished this other thing, what you're saying is that your worthiness and your deservingness only resides in that which you are capable of doing. Do you deserve to rest only because you've worked yourself to pure exhaustion and are completely burnt the fuck out? Do you deserve that raise or that promotion because you've been putting in all the extra hours and working yourself to the bone? Do you deserve to go out and allow yourself to be taken care of at the salon or the spa because you've done something in order to deserve it? No. The truth is, you deserve that bag, or you deserve those shoes, or you deserve that spa day. You deserve to be pampered simply because you exist. In order to disengage ourselves from the supremacy culture's way of being, we have to decouple our worthiness and our deservingness from what it is that we have the ability to do, achieve, or accomplish. And I'm not going to lie, I can still fall into some of that supremacy-based conditioning and speaking from that way of, oh my gosh, I did this and I deserve whatever. And then I get to catch myself and I get to say, hold on, Sharani. You don't deserve that thing because you accomplished whatever it was that you accomplished. You deserve that thing simply because you exist. Because you are inherently worthy and deserving. And your value and your worth is not tied into your doing. And then when I remember that, I simply correct my language around it. And I remind myself, I deserve this because I'm awesome. I deserve this because I'm amazing. Not, I deserve this because I accomplished that thing. Oh my gosh, can you even just feel the energy difference there? I deserve this thing because I'm amazing and simply because I exist, versus I deserve this thing because I accomplished something. I don't know about you, but what I feel is that first one, it lights all of me up with so much joy, and I can feel my inherent worthiness just oozing out. Whereas in the second example, the second way of phrasing it, what I experience is almost this immature, insecure energy. An energy that has the feel of, yay, I've done this thing, and now I am worthy, and now I am deserving, and now I can exist. As opposed to that first one, which is the embodied knowing that I deserve this thing because I am amazing and I am awesome, and simply because I exist. And that one is so expansive, so whole-bodied, and so grounded in my power and the truth of who I am. I am perfect, whole, and complete. I am a spark of divine love made manifest. And I am worthy and I am deserving because I exist. The energy there is so much more grounded, so much more embodied, and quite frankly, is the energy of being in right relationship with your power. That first one comes from a place of your true power, whereas the second one comes from a very disempowered place. A place where you have outsourced your power to other people, places, achievements, things outside of yourself. And when you have placed your value and your worth on these worldly other people, places, experiences, achievements, and things, then you sure are putting a lot of power into the hands of everyone and everything else, instead of where it rightfully belongs, which is inside of yourself. And of course, living under systems of supremacy culture. Supremacy has conditioned you to believe that your value and your worth does come from these external things. Because then you will continue to strive, you will continue to hustle, you will continue to do, you will continue to be overworked, you will continue to be exhausted, you will continue to be burnt out. And as long as you continue to do that, then you are not a threat to supremacy. But the moment you remember where your rightful power belongs, that you're inherently worthy and deserving simply because you exist, not because you've had to do something or achieve something in order to get the opportunity to deserve something nice or a quote-unquote treat, which is another one of my pet peeves. Well, you deserve to treat yourself. Fuck that shit. You don't deserve to treat yourself because you've done something. You deserve all of those things simply because you exist. And when you know that, and when you live life from that perspective, you live embodied in your power, you live embodied in your truth, and you live by rules that go counter to everything that supremacy culture would have you believe. And in this context, when I say these rules, you live by these rules, what I mean is you live by the rules that you create in partnership with your higher power for the life that you desire. Again, not because you've had to do anything, but simply because you exist. And just a little side note before we say goodbye for today. There may be parts of you that start to freak the fuck out a little bit when you shift from that disempowered place to that place of your rightful power, because it's new, it's scary, it's different, and it goes against everything that is the status quo and the norm set by supremacy culture standards. So as you're taking back your rightful power, just continue to stay present with yourself in the process. Notice when your nervous system might start to freak the fuck out. Notice when your saboteurs, as others would call them, aka your protective parts, as I would call them, just start to notice when they start to get activated and let them know, I see you, I feel you, I hear you. And it is safe for me to be over here, fully embodied and empowered in the truth of who I am, in all of my worthiness, all of my deservingness, and all of how fucking awesome I am. And I get that you're scared, because supremacy has conditioned us that way. And let's just stay here a little while. Let's play with, experiment with, and feel what it's like to live embodied and empowered in the truth of who I am. And when speaking to these parts, it would be the truth of who we are. Perfect, whole, and complete. Worthy and deserving. Simply because we exist. And with that, I am sending you so much love. And take really good care until we meet again.
I want to take a moment to honor and acknowledge the amazing support team that helps make this podcast possible for you. Starting with Diego Velazquez, our podcast editor and the talented artist who created our custom music. Ana Olvina, my wonderful assistant who creates all of our beautiful graphics and the transcript of every episode, which you can find over at www.fierceauthenticity.com. Biana Sandich, who writes our amazing show notes and does it so well that I bet you couldn't tell it wasn't me. The talented Jillian at Epoxy Studios, whose photography is our cover art and pretty much every other curated image that you see of me on social media. My husband, who puts up with me when it's 11:30 p.m. on a Sunday night and I'm like, hey babe, I gotta record a podcast episode. Like right now. Is that okay? My higher power, whose divine wisdom flows through me to bring these messages to you. And last but not least, I want to thank you, my listener, so much for listening in. If you'd like to join the podcast support team, some ways you can do so are by rating and reviewing the podcast, sharing it with everyone you know, and, if possible, making a financial contribution through the link in the show notes so that you too can be part of the team elevating this podcast and making it possible to bring to other listeners like you. I'm sending you so much love, and we will be together again soon.